We've been enjoying music for the past 20 years. The Long Bay Symphony's been making it happen. Let's talk about their future. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Real Estate Career Institute on the corner of 17 Bypass and Wachesaw Road in Murrells Inlet. We're focused on the upcoming 20th anniversary season of the Long Bay Symphony, and we're visiting with its general manager, Scott Jacob. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. Good morning.
Great to have you
It's
in.
so great to be back. Always a pleasure.
And what about this Real Estate Career Institute? This place
This is
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
The old Tyler's Cove restaurant here. A lot of folks will probably remember it in that during that time, and of course the proximity to Wachesaw Plantation.
Oh, yeah.
Down here at the end of this
for
road.
sure.
It
For
is
sure.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be pretty tempted to drive down to the
waterway.
to the marina.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Of course, the the creek out here on the other side of us
Yeah.
of Murrells Inlet.
Yeah, it's
not
a
far from the
beautiful
ocean.
spot.
Yeah.
There are so many areas around here that I can't get over the beauty. It's a wonderful place
Right
to live.
down the street is the largest outdoor sculpture garden in the world.
That's right.
In the world,
That's
Brook Green
right,
Gardens.
Brook Green
Of course,
Gardens.
Huntington Beach State Park. And it's
Huntington Beach
beautiful,
State Park, beautiful historic towns like Conway and Georgetown.
Yeah.
And exciting places like Myrtle Beach and all the other things that are growing up around. I've
yeah.
lived here for about 5 years now.
Is it 5 years now?
It's been about
Scott?
5 years.
You came down and right after arriving, I think, joined the Long Bay Symphony.
That's
Is
right.
that right?
That's right, yeah. And I moved here from Philadelphia.
Right, I remember.
And I remember you were kind of impressed. I had come from what at the time I think was the 5th largest market.
TV market
TV
in the
market
country.
in the
That's
country. And I
exactly
think
right.
it might still be.
I think you're right.
But, you know, now that
maybe even 4th, actually.
Oh, well, yeah, possibly.
New York, L.A., Chicago, Philly, and maybe Boston was 5th or something around that. Detroit, I know, is top 10. Atlanta,
Yeah.
Washington, D.C. There's some big markets.
Well, but I'll tell you, since I've moved down here, I'm still getting used to the heat. That's
Right, yeah.
that's my
5 years
my
later,
continual issue. But you know, there is so much to offer down here, and I think people might not realize it. I mean, hopefully, everyone gets a chance to explore all the beautiful things that there are to see and do. And you mentioned a couple of them. And,
Sure.
And you know, my personal favorite is our local professional orchestra.
Oh, yeah. And the Long Bay Symphony truly is a professional orchestra.
It is. I mean, the Long Bay Symphony has multiple facets.
Right, right.
But, you know, one of the primary focuses of our mission is providing outstanding performances.
Yeah.
And most of them occur at the Myrtle Beach High School Music and Arts Center.
We love that location.
Yeah, I can't tell you
a
how
lot of
many
people probably don't know.
tell you how many people don't realize that
Sure.
right here at the Myrtle Beach High School is one of the most outstanding acoustic auditoriums in the state.
Right, right.
And a lot of forethought from people 10 years ago or more.
Right.
They raised a lot of extra money and some good planning, put together an amazing auditorium.
Really did it right.
Yeah.
They didn't spare a
And,
dime.
you know, we've got, well, you know, this area, a lot of people are moving here, particularly from some northern states. But
Sure.
we also get a lot of people moving here from places like Atlanta.
Right, even southern.
And even farther south, you know, from the Gulf Coast and so forth. A lot of people relocating to this great area. And these people are used to historic auditoriums. They're used to, you know, symphonies in big cities that, you know, have been around since the 1890s or earlier or whatever.
Sure.
We get letters all the time from people that said they were so impressed. They couldn't believe the quality of the symphony performance that they just saw. And it's something that we're very proud of. I mean, I personally have to stand in the back of the auditorium each concert to monitor everything, but also because I get so excited.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to see me bouncing around in my chair. But it's a tremendous source of satisfaction.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot of work that goes into all of that.
Each performance.
Each performance, and and it's not just the adult symphony performances that I'm talking about. We do a lot of concerts with the youth orchestra.
Right, sure.
And boy, the pride that you feel when you see how hard those students are working, and to see the tremendous product.
Oh yeah.
And gosh, I mean, I could just go on, but as you said, we are celebrating our 20th anniversary. And
think about that, Scott. And you probably have to pinch yourself, even though you haven't been here 5 years, to think about the folks having kicked it off back in '87 and all the effort over the last 19 years, 19 seasons leading up to this 20th.
It's been the community that made it happen.
Right.
In fact, we still have a couple of board members and very strong supporters who were very involved with getting the symphony founded 20 years ago.
That stick out in your mind without...
One of our board members, he's now an honorary board member, and a lot of your viewers probably know him. His name is Don Hammaker.
Sure,
he's a wonderful, God, what a wonderful
Don,
man. Yeah. And Diana Swanner Scroggins was the actual founder back in 1987.
Yeah.
And God, so many people have been involved for so long. B.J. Thomas, Clay Britton, the whole Britton family, really. Julia Spadoni, some people from the Vereen family. God, I mean, I hate to start mentioning them because
don't want to mention
there are so many people.
Folks from way back.
But it's touching to see how much people have stuck with it, seen it through, and year after year, volunteer dedication.
Oh yeah, sure.
And some really hardworking board members.
Right. And the Symphony Guild, of course, and all the activities
the Symphony Guild. I mean, they're tireless, absolutely tireless.
Yeah.
And,
all of them.
Yeah.
Let's. A viewer may need to get off to work now or get family out of the house. What's the best phone number for someone to call? And do you all have a website, Scott?
We do.
If they wanted to learn more, and a voicemail, I assume, there in the office if they miss you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here at 7:15.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the best phone number?
Well, you call the Symphony at 448-8379.
Okay.
And that is area code 843.
Great, absolutely. For our viewers, as you know, and
and we got a lot of people
North Carolina.
From surrounding areas.
I remember we did for the Beach Music Legends concert there
lots
with
of
the
people
Symphony.
Coming from all over the place.
Folks came in from everywhere. 448-8379.
That's right.
And if someone wanted to visit your website, you got a tremendous website, tons of information.
And it couldn't be easier. The address, it's www.longbaysymphony.com.
I love it. longbaysymphony.com.
Yeah.
That's great.
And on that website, you'll be able to find out about our concerts that are coming up. And gosh, I'm so excited about
Yeah, let's get into some of those. And of course, if they called the office, y'all's normal hours, or if they came by to see you.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Okay, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's great. And please send Renee Wickstrom our best.
Oh, yeah,
she's been working so hard to get the word out about all the great things happening, not only last season and the year before, but leading up to, of course, this big 20th anniversary season.
I
know
that's right.
Things have virtually wrapped up on the playbill, getting that in. Today on Monday, folks could possibly still call if they have a camera-ready ad.
There is time. The Symphony has 4 major concerts.
Right.
Now, we have lots of other littler ones, and I shouldn't say littler ones, other ones throughout the year, but for our 4 major concerts, we have a playbill, beautiful playbill.
Oh, yeah.
And people have an opportunity to advertise in that.
Right.
And one of the things that I like about that is that, for one reasonable price, you get an ad in all 4 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And, the people who support the Symphony, people who come to Symphony concerts, they want to support the people who support the Symphony.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just the way it works.
Sure.
It's a great, great opportunity. God, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah. About how many folks come to the concerts each?
Well,
you've got the 4 big.
It's a huge auditorium, and it has just under 2,000 seat capacity.
Is that right?
And over the last couple of years, our subscription base and the amount of people coming to our concerts has been growing and growing.
Dramatically, yeah.
And, we've got a goal. We feel really good about it. We want that auditorium full.
Every week. Yeah, I mean every
concert.
Forgive me, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember, again, I don't want to harp back on that Beach Music Legends concert, but it was full for that, and I'm sure you've had other concerts.
We've had a few others as well. Our classical concerts are gaining in momentum, too.
Sure.
Of course, our Pops concerts draw a lot.
Right.
Because we've been getting some really big names.
Tremendous names, yeah.
In fact, just recently lost one of our favorites. You know, Bill Pinkney was in the first
the big
beach music concert, and he helped make a very memorable event for the symphony and for this community.
He and Maurice Williams,
and Billy Scott,
Carter all working hard on that.
Well, we've had so many great people working with us through the years, and so many fun, different kinds of concerts. And but you know, I am so glad that you mentioned about the playbill, because call the symphony office.
Okay, the 448-8379.
8379,
okay.
And it's a great opportunity to reach out to a great group of people.
As you said, even if they missed the cutoff to be in the permanent one, you oftentimes, I know you all do inserts.
There might be an occasion to do something. So yeah, give us a call, because, as I say, people love the symphony, and people love supporting people who support the symphony.
Sure. What are some other ways that viewers could get involved supporting the Long Bay Symphony, a group that's been around now going into your 20th season?
Yeah, we're starting our 20th year. Well, you know, we have fantastic concerts, and I want to encourage everybody to come to a concert. This is, I mean, I'm always super proud of all of our concerts.
Sure, sure.
This year, you know, we're starting off with a tribute to George Gershwin.
That's on September 16th.
On September 16th.
Coming up close. So most of the performances are on Sundays?
They're all on Sunday. These four ones that we've been talking about, they're on Sundays at 4 o'clock at the Myrtle Beach High School Music and Arts Center.
Music and Arts Center, yeah.
And, you know, the Gershwin concert, we've got, well, first of all of our guest artists this year were specially selected because they sort of stand out as some of the favorites over our history.
Right, 19 years.
But particularly over recent history.
Right.
And, but anyway, you know, we're starting off with a Pops concert. Philip Paul will be there, and your viewers know Philip Paul. What an amazing pianist!
Out at Coastal
He's
Carolina.
going to be doing Rhapsody in Blue with the orchestra.
Great.
And also, I got rhythm variations, and I mean, you just can't. I mean, George Gershwin. I mean, you just can't. I mean, that might as well be part, you know, an American anthem or something.
Right.
I mean, people just love that so much. And Lynn Roberts, who is somebody. I marvel at her. I'm sure you've had a chance to meet Lynn Roberts. She's a jazz vocalist who's been working for several decades, and people would be surprised.
And she performs worldwide.
She performs worldwide.
Right.
And she is doing some Gershwin tunes with us. She's got a phenomenal voice. We've got a couple other special guest surprises.
Great.
Some people, some
that
jazz,
day on
Sunday,
on September 16th,
some jazz musicians who worked with a lot of the big band leaders back in the 40s.
Great.
Still playing, still fantastic. So that's going to be an exciting concert. Well, what I started talking about was that's a great way to support the symphony.
Okay,
buy tickets, buy season tickets.
Season tickets, or they can buy individual tickets.
Or you can buy individual tickets. But this year, you know, in honor of our 20th anniversary, which we're calling the Year of the Symphony.
Right.
We're kicking it off with this big Gershwin tribute. But the other concerts, which are October 21st, January 27th, and April 13th.
April 13th, yes.
And it should be emblazoned in my brain.
I'm sure it is.
But I want to make sure I'm saying it right. These concerts are all going to feature some of the most phenomenal work created for the symphonic repertoire.
Right, right.
And it's big, beautiful, exciting.
And again, all of the schedule's all online.
The schedule's
online. If you don't have
online.
access to the internet, they can call your office.
Yeah, call us
and
we'll send you a brochure.
We'll send out a brochure. Of course, you've got the very popular Dr. Charles Jones Evans.
Yes, that's right.
Who's
That's
such
right.
a superstar.
Starting his 12th season.
Is that right?
That's right.
I remember back in '97 when we were in Leadership Grand Strand together. He was relatively new to the area.
Yeah.
But he has done a lot here. Really made a difference for so many folks.
Well,
particularly when you highlight the word professional. I mean,
Yeah.
folks, the professional symphony here.
Yeah, yeah, and the symphony sounds outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, I can't.
Yeah.
And you know, some of the guest artists that we have, I've already mentioned Philip Powell and Lynn Roberts.
Right. Who are some of the other guests
we've got a
you've got
violinist
coming
coming for October 21st named Ning Kam, and this will be, I think, the third time that she's worked with the symphony, the second time that I've worked with her. And me and everyone else in the audience just sat there mesmerized watching this woman play. You wondered how she was holding on to her bow and making such exquisite sounds. She's internationally acclaimed. I mean, and we're really honored to have someone like that come and work with us.
Ning Kam.
Ning Kam. She's originally from Singapore. She does live and work in London now, but she's got some ties here with the United States. And
That's great.
And she wants to help the symphony.
Yeah.
And so let's just put it this way, can't beat the price. And so what the audience is going to get is a world-class violinist. She's just amazing to watch. And then for our January concert, we're working with Carolina Master Chorale. And you know the symphony, we strive every year to work with the other performing arts groups. It's something that we're very proud of that.
Absolutely, for good reason.
And you know, and it's a way not only to enhance our concerts, it's a way to let everyone in the community know there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of really talented people. And the Master Chorale it's called Modern Masters. It's all modern composers, but it's work that is really, let's call it familiar, and really accessible. We've got Maurice Ravel,
great,
and Shostakovich's Symphony No. 5. I had to remember exactly which symphony it was. That's on there because people are going to be dazzled. They're going to be
really
amazed.
Yeah.
This is one of those opportunities when you see what is music that is created to use a symphony in its fullest capacity, just dazzling people, wowing them, you know.
Scott, are folks able to get in a good bit beforehand to get situated, or are the tickets all assigned seating?
It's assigned seating.
All assigned seating.
It is assigned seating.
So there's no need for folks to rush and get there real early, but you encourage people to get there for the 4 p.m. performances.
We open up the doors at about 3:15.
Okay, great. So
but the thing is, they also have a chance to go and hear a pre-concert lecture.
Oh, great.
With Dr. Evans.
Is that
and
right?
that's a great way.
Is that at 3:15?
That's at 3:15.
Okay, good.
So basically, you can go and he makes a presentation at the piano, and not in the concert hall, but in another location, and let you know more about what you're going to be listening to.
That's great.
And a lot of people say, you know, that helps them to know what to be listening for and so forth.
And a great way for folks to connect with Dr. Evans.
Yeah, for sure.
That is wonderful. And those are well attended, I've heard.
They are, and they're getting more and more well attended.
Right.
It's been
moving to a big classroom.
Well, actually, we've moved it to the cafeteria.
Is that right?
To accommodate all the people that come. But it is a pretty cool thing. But oh gosh, you know, your listeners, or your viewers rather, should really give the symphony a call, and we'll be happy to send them a brochure.
Sure.
Because I mean, I've only scratched the surface of all the great concerts that we're doing.
Well, we've got 6 or 7 minutes. Of course, we've got. There are also a lot of things that have kicked off. Let's talk for a minute about the Youth Symphony. You've also have a Long Bay Youth Symphony.
The Youth Symphony is celebrating. Let's see. I think it's celebrating its 17th year. It was founded by a local lady, or the first conductor of it. Her name is Nan Hudson.
Right.
And a lot of people may have, you know, their children may have been taught by her.
Oh, yeah.
She's such a great lady. And it's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, one of the parents, I was talking to them the other day, and they were just listening to a recording. And their spouse had to remind them, you know that's the youth orchestra. That's, you know, and they were like, no, wow.
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, they're just incredible. The talented young people in this community, it's incredible.
Can folks, if they go online to the website longbaysymphony.com, can they buy some of those past recordings? Do you have recordings
Well, we don't sell the recordings.
Okay, sure.
We do make recordings available for people who are givers at the upper levels.
Good, sure.
And so forth. But
that's that may be something you want to add to the website.
Yeah,
thinking about
as a benefit of giving and so forth.
Sure.
Symphony hasn't really undertaken an official, you know, recording, but that's something we can look into.
Yeah, that could be
Coming to the concerts is a great way to hear it.
Right. Absolutely.
The Youth Orchestra, by the way, is having its auditions for the upcoming season on September 4th and 6th, between 4 and 8, at Trinity Episcopal Church in Myrtle Beach. So there's information on our website about that, and they can even download the forms. And so I hope people will encourage their children to audition for this youth orchestra.
Are there ever volunteer opportunities, Scott? Does the symphony have any volunteer opportunities?
Oh, yeah.
I think you mentioned the Long Bay Symphony Guild.
Yeah.
And those folks.
The Long Bay Symphony Guild is a tremendous group of people. I've been actively involved with it since I've been with the symphony
years,
too.
Yeah, sure.
As a matter of fact, tomorrow night they're having it's a Tuesday the 21st. They're having a new member meeting. So if anyone's interested in joining the guild, you know, they can call the symphony and we can try and work on that.
Great. Okay, tomorrow night. That's
yeah,
great. They need to call the 448-8379
that's right.
number.
Yeah.
That's the Long Bay Symphony Guild.
Long Bay Symphony Guild,
Tomorrow
and they
night,
got
Tuesday
great
the
events.
21st.
Yeah,
Right.
great events throughout the year. They help with the box office as ushers. They,
Right.
God, they do all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah, we had
for the
Joanne
symphony.
Milner profiled recently as one of our Herald subscribers and
Yeah, that's right.
profiles. And, of course, Steve Porter and Tom O'Dare, I believe, have been active in the past, serving on your board. They may
Well, not just in the past. They currently still are.
Is that right? Great.
Yeah,
Good.
great couple of guys. They help us so much.
They are, both
really
Steve
do.
and Tom.
Yeah.
They're fascinating
Yeah.
characters. And of course, the Herald has enjoyed its support of the symphony over the years, and of course,
yeah.
Fox 43 for about a decade.
Yeah, for sure.
Fox,
for sure.
WFXP.
The Herald has been very helpful.
We like
to
the
us.
symphony, of course, a lot. Sure.
Yeah.
We both have deep roots in the community. Of course, what are some other things, you know, when we think about, do you all have any other support? You've got donations. You've got folks who buy tickets, season tickets, buy
Yeah.
individual
Well,
tickets, come volunteer.
Yeah,
Are there
I
any
mean,
other...
the major ways to help, of course, are direct cash contributions.
Right, right.
The symphony survives with the support of the community. We have
Sure.
lots of businesses, lots of individuals. We get some government funding as well from various communities throughout
Right.
Horry County and so forth.
Accommodations taxes. and
Accommodations
otherwise,
tax
sure.
and so forth, and some grants. But really, I hope that everybody knows that having something like a symphony and all of its education programs can't be
Right.
taken for granted.
Right.
It's very important to make a contribution. It's a very worthy cause. Not only is, well, my personal favorite thing is our educational programs.
Sure.
As I say, being here for 5 years, I've seen the development with some of these young people, their talents as musicians, their confidence level, the more they
Right.
perform, the opportunities they have to work with adult musicians.
Oh, yeah.
And so forth, and it makes a difference. And the chances that we have to go into the schools, you know, some companies and
Sure.
foundations have sponsored us to go into the schools themselves and,
Right.
and teach the students about instruments and classical music
Sure.
and so forth.
Scott, we just got a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to make sure we highlight some of the big things. You've got a big, we've got about 3 minutes left. We've got a big kickoff trying to raise some big dollars
Well,
over the
yeah.
next 5 years,
Yeah.
getting closer to your silver anniversary.
Yeah,
What's the big push that's
this
kicking
is-
off now?
This is our 20th anniversary.
Right.
And we have, the symphony is extremely motivated. Moving forward, and we've got so many great people involved in the organization and so many great people supporting us.
Oh, yeah.
And what your viewers are getting a little
Small,
a small
sample.
preview. It's something that's going to be announced at the first concert. But we're really proud of this. We've started what we're calling the 20th anniversary campaign.
Good.
And this is an opportunity above and beyond regular operating support. We get a lot of support from people. We need more, but
Right.
we get a lot of support from people. This is an opportunity for the symphony to grow, to expand,
Sure.
to have a really nice amount of security, to have
Good.
money in the bank when we're planning our seasons coming
Right,
up and
right.
and so forth, and increasing the amount of activity that we do with the community. And I just happened to have brought you a brochure.
Oh, great. Thank you, Scott.
So do take that home and look at it.
I will definitely do that, supporting the future of the Long Bay Symphony.
Yeah, there's
Right. Campaign over the next 5 years.
over the
It
next 5
highlights
years.
all the reasons why.
We've set a goal to raise an additional $500,000 by our 25th anniversary,
That's
which happens
tremendous.
in 2012. We've got so many great people
Yeah.
committing already. We've got some charter gifts moving in.
Good.
And there are a lot of arts organizations that need to do something like this because
Oh, yeah.
the arts are important, but they're more fragile than people think.
Right, right.
The expenses involved with keeping them
yeah.
running are higher than people think.
And speaking of that, Scott, how many professionals on an average at each of these performances? Part of the reason why you need the funds donated.
Yeah, well,
How many professionals are there on y'all's behalf?
the quality of our orchestral performances really is based on the incredible quality of our musicians.
Right.
And we have so many talented musicians in this area, and we have usually, let's say, between 55, 56, and in the low 70s.
That's tremendous. So to be able to support all those people,
Yeah.
clearly all professionals, you obviously need dollars coming in
Yeah.
to make it happen.
Yeah, and and then there are the other things that we do throughout the community. The concerts that we produce for young people and
Right.
and so forth. And our tuition for the youth orchestra is very reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
And we
Yeah.
want it to be reasonable.
Yeah.
And dollars help with that too.
Everything makes a difference. Scott,
Everything
thanks so
makes a
much for coming in.
difference.
I'm
Hey,
sorry
my
we've run out of
pleasure.
time
My
this
pleasure.
morning.
Yeah, I could talk about the symphony for
I
hours.
know. We, as you said, just a sampling of it.
Just a
Stay
sampling.
tuned to more Carolina People with Scott Jacob, the general manager of the Long Bay Symphony, coming up next. Think about that local music store owner back in 1987. Do you think Diana was thinking this, that it would go this far? 20 years later, they'd be celebrating the upcoming 20th anniversary season. The 20th anniversary season here, September 16th, the big kickoff date, 4 p.m., all the concerts there at the Myrtle Beach High School Performing Arts Center. Take the time to learn more. 448-8379. That's 843-448-8379, or go online to longbaysymphony.com. You can buy a single ticket, a season ticket, make a direct donation. You can, of course, find some time to volunteer. You can get involved with the 5-year big anniversary campaign leading up to the 25th season in 2012. Learn more about Scott Jacob and, of course, Dr. Charles Jones Evans and all the amazing professionals involved in the Long Bay Symphony online at longbaysymphony.com.